Good morning and welcome to the Mayor's News Conference. This week we will showcase the Police Athletic League Summer Camp, which starts next week, announce Serve Erie Summer School Initiative, 7/25 to 27, highlight the Cross Urban Missions Community Outreach occurring this week, promote the Footlights Theater Program, Newsies, July 31st to August 2nd, put out a call to artists and artist design teams, remind everyone of the July 31st deadline for the city's flagship fund, and provide an update on LRTA. And now I'll turn it over to the mayor.
Thank you, Renee, and good morning, everyone. It's nice to see such a great, vibrant crowd here this morning. Our primary focus this week is on the part of our vision that celebrates welcoming, vibrant, and safe neighborhoods. First, I'd like to showcase a very exciting collaboration that's taking place next week. Under the leadership of Sergeant Tom Lennox, the Police Athletic League's week-long summer camp will kick off at Gannon University on Monday morning. This is the third year for the summer camp. It's got better every year, I've got to say that. It's a major step to improving police-community relations as Erie school students get to know and build good relationships with many of the different police officers in our region here. This camp would not have been possible without the leadership of Sergeant Tom Lennox. Also, the volunteers and the sponsors are important for making this happen. There's about 36 staff, and a few of them are here today, and I appreciate all of you being here, who will be volunteering and staffing at the event. A few of our partners are here. Now I'd like to turn it over to Tom Lennox, invite him up to the stage so he can provide you with some more details. Tom, are you ready?
Okay, good morning. First off, I want to start off by saying that I thank you, Mayor, for that, and basically saying that I'm the guy up here that it's been under my direction, but I beg to differ. I think within the last 4 years, this is the fourth year that we're going into the Police Athletic League. The one thing I want to make very clear, first and foremost, this is not a one-man show. I mean, you're only good with any organization that you want, that you want to be successful if you have the right team and the right staff and the right employees, the right officers, the right teachers to be able to share in the vision of what the Police Athletic League stands for. You have to have a group of people, you have to have a team that is extremely as passionate about the kids in the community that we're honored to work with every day. I'm just a facilitator, and if I don't have that team behind you that shares in that vision on what this program's about, it would be an utter failure. So for that, I'm pretty honored and humbled to be the guy that is very persistent. And this is one of these things, I've said this over and over. When I leave my career as a police officer, it is my goal to make sure that the Police Athletic League is in the city of Erie to stay forever, permanent fixture. So that's my goal. And with that being said, the team, the individuals that you're going to see and meet, and I'm going to have them join up here with me today, they are the backbone of this program. And make no mistake about it, if we don't have those partnerships and relationships, again, that share in this vision, because the success, everybody asks me, when are we going to start to see our community change? When are we going to start to see, more minority recruiting, more, kids going to college, more kids joining the police force, more kids joining the fire department? The bottom line is, it's coming. With the interaction that we have with these kids on a daily basis throughout the school year, there's no doubt in my mind that the influence that these officers have sitting behind you, okay, are starting to change minds and mindsets. I mean, we all work on the community and on the streets in our full-time jobs every day. And we're blessed to see those changes from call to call. You know, when we're going to a call that is, that's pretty high tense, or a pretty tough situation, the Police Athletic League, I'm very proud that when the kids that we're working with when they start to recognize this on these calls, that's when you start seeing the difference. You see the tension levels lower, okay? And it opens up dialogue with some of the adults that might not particularly know the officer, but your kids do. And in my opinion, you're going to see this change, not overnight, not next year, but I'm really confident that these changes are coming within the next 5 to 6 years. And that's where this community will say, wow, this was worth it. So with that being said, I know I was supposed to be short. Renee's looking at me over there like, Lennox, be quiet, but I don't want to shortchange that. So with that being said, I'd like to have my team, come on up here and join me, please. Everybody. Deputies, what we do have coming up here, we have the Sheriff's Department, led by Sheriff John Loomis and his deputies, Erie Police officers that are on PALS. We have Missy Hall from Piper Burley, Lori Morgenstern from McKinley, Detective Jen Nolan, Chief Mark Schau from the Erie District Attorney's Office, Kristen Berquist, Officer Kristen Berquist, Lieutenant Marty Davis, Judy Roth, board member and backbone of to make things happen behind the scenes, board member Ronnie DiNicola, board member Jerry DeFazio, and Chief Dan Spizzarni. And I think I have everybody. I'm sorry, Gannon University. Could we have, I know Jerry Clark is from Gannon, but is Laura up here? Okay, we have Jerry Clark from Gannon University, and he's going to say a few things, but just a quick brief overview. This is our third year that we are doing the Police Athletic League annual commuter camp. This is our third year that Gannon University has been gracious enough to host a camp. But just to give you a general idea of how far we've come, the first year we had 58 students in attendance throughout the city of Erie. Year two, we had approximately 147 students that attended the commuter camp. And this year, I'm very proud to say that we reached the number of 200 with, the possibility we could have had 300 students this year. This year, what we looked at, it was a little bit more incentive based on behavior, grades, and attendance throughout the year at school. So we do have approximately 200 kids this year. The program is completely free. We start Monday. We'll meet at Piper Burley at 7:30 in the morning. We'll have breakfast. EMTA, they've been gracious enough to provide free transportation from Piper Burley over to Gannon University, at which point we will start our programming at 0900 hours. And, at the end of that day, which would be 1400 hours, and for most normal people, that's 2 o'clock, we have a variety of activities that we're going to be doing with the kids. Day one, the kids have an opportunity to tour Gannon University, to enjoy that experience of what it's like to be at a college campus. From there, they're going to, we're going to rotate over to the Forensic Investigation Center, which is going to be led by Jerry Clark and Jason Wick over at Gannon, to where the kids are going to get an idea of what it's like to, investigate crime scenes. They're going to get a fingerprinting course. We're going to have a lot of our emergency vehicles over there, such as our SWAT, they call it the Bearcat. To where they'll have an opportunity to, we'll give them rides. They'll see some of the equipment that we use, from the jobs that we do on a daily basis. So that's first day. And then throughout the rest of the week, the kids are going to be exposed to kickboxing, boxing, basketball, football, wrestling, arm wrestling, softball, baseball, dance, cheer, and so on. So as you can see, that week is going to be pretty loaded and packed with a lot of different activities. Before each day, the kids will be provided lunch, and we are thankful and appreciative of the businesses that stepped up this year to provide kids lunch. The Siebenberger Club, Porky's, Firehouse Subs, Mets, and Missy just told me Taco Bell. She's the one that keeps me in check all the time. So we are very thankful for the businesses that stepped up this year. And I'm very proud that the business community stepped up a lot this year with regards to assuring that the kids are going to get a bike at the last day of camp. So very proud this year that not only the officers, the teachers, City Hall, the message is starting to run across all lines, which has been the goal and the point from day one of starting the program. So EMTA, Jeremy Peterson, you want to come up here and join us, please? And this is Jeremy. He's the CEO director of EMTA. And again, I'd like to thank Jeremy for being able to provide this free transportation for the students throughout the city. So Jeremy, thank you again. In conclusion, I invite and challenge everybody that's here, okay? Please stop over for a day to really see what this organization's about. We love special guests every day. Even if you're coming over and you're doing a walkthrough at Gannon, watch how the officers and the teachers and all the staff that we have on board engage with the kids. And more importantly, I want you to see how appreciative, the kids are while we're engaging with these kids, okay? And to me, that's, a lot of people ask, what's PALS about? I'm like, well, you know what? We're at this school, this school, this school. Come see for yourself what this is really doing for the kids. So I appreciate Mayor Schember, Chief Bizzarni, because it's a tough task trying to get, I know from our department and John Loomis trying to coordinate, excuse me, Chief Shaw trying to coordinate the officers to get them out there every day to continue this engagement with our youth and our community. And that's a challenge because we all have full-time jobs. So for that, I thank you. I thank my team once again for another successful and growing year. So I'm going to turn this over to Jerry Clark. He's representing Gannon, and he's going to say a few words.
Thank you very much. Yep. Wow, I can't tell you how honored I am to be here representing Gannon University. And as a former law enforcement officer who spent my whole career out there, I can't tell you how important what these people behind us or behind me are representing, what they're doing for this community. This is a fantastic impact that we're making on students. And this interaction will impact our community for years to come. Believe me, I've been out there, I've seen it. I've seen it in action. This is an opportunity that I'm just so proud to be a part of. On behalf of Gannon, I just want to, again, thank everybody for coming to our facility. We're honored to share our campus and our faculty and our representatives with the community and with the students. We want to give the students the best opportunity to see what's available out there, what it is they can go do, what it is they can go achieve. And it's with this, again, this group back here that really makes that possible. Throughout the week, you see this bond develop. It's an unbelievable bond that develops between the students and these officers and these teachers who are really taking their time out of their day to show them the possibility that exists. The hopelessness is gone, right? We can help ourselves and we can rise all above it. We love to be a part of it. This is our third year at Gannon, and we just are grateful for the opportunity and humbled to be able to share our facility with everybody here. So thank you very much. And students, we're going to have a great week. Thank you.
Well, you've heard it. It's a great collaboration that it takes everybody, just like it takes the community out there to come together to keep the crime down in their neighborhoods. It's not just the police responsibility. We're loving that everyone's come together for this. My two deputies would be here, except they're dealing with another incident right now. But we're all 100% behind it, and we're very happy. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. On behalf of the board of the PAL organization and the the officers and sheriff deputies involved in this program. We're very, very excited about the trajectory of the PAL organization. It is an opportunity to unlock the power of the cop-kid relationship, which has been a mainstay over the years. It's just now coming to the forefront and giving us a great opportunity to restore those bonds of trust and mentorship that are so valuable to a community. So we're all very, very proud, and we expect great things this summer and in the summers to come. Thank you very much.
I'd just like to remind everybody, the folks standing behind me, the deputies, the officers, the county detectives, the teachers, they all give up their own family time to make this organization work. And in order to do that, it takes away from their own families, and it says a lot. And this isn't everybody. There's some that volunteer their time that they're actually working now, and they should all be commended, because if they don't do what they do, it doesn't work. And I applaud all of them, my staff, DPD, county detectives, Gannon PD, everybody involved that takes time out of their own lives, their own families to make this work. Thanks.
Okay, with that, that concludes. I appreciate everybody for coming, and again, I thank you guys and gals for everything that you've done for PALS, and have a nice day. Thank you. I hope to see you next week. Thank you.
Thank you very much to all of you, especially Sergeant Lennox. I see my community liaison, Michael Outlaw, in the back of the room here, and he and I have been kind of depressed lately because one of our goals is to integrate the city's workforce so that our workforce at the city looks like the community. And what's been frustrating is that it doesn't happen overnight. We've been working on it for a year and a half. Trying to mentor minorities, new Americans, to get them into the police department and the fire department, which are two of our areas which are predominantly white males, to be very honest. So, Michael, this event that we just went through kind of warmed my heart and gives me hope, and I hope it does for you as well. Next, I'm happy to announce that Marcus Atkinson and Serve Erie are here as well. They're undertaking another large-scale initiative that will really help to transform Erie's school district and Erie itself. Here to tell us more about Serve Erie's upcoming summer school initiative at Joanna Connell School, I'm happy to welcome to the stage Marcus Atkinson. Marcus.
Well, good morning, everyone. Good morning, everyone. To make sure everybody had their coffee this morning. First of all, let the record show that we have a deep and profound respect for the Police Athletic League. Can we give them another round of applause, please? It's a very important relationship that they're fostering. I have the privilege of being shadowed by some wonderful students today from R. Benjamin Wiley today. They are accompanied by Mrs. Harris, by Mr. Presley, Ms. Carr, Ms. Atkinson. Children, if you could stand up, please. Thank you so much. You know, we do all that we've done. Thank you so much. We do all that we've done for the children of the city of Erie. I want to give you a snapshot of the economic impact that we've had on the city of Erie since doing these summer projects. This is kind of bittersweet. Many people know that we made a 4-year commitment to the Erie School District. This is year 4 of that 4-year commitment. We've had a lot of questions in terms of what will we do next year. That's a press conference that I'm looking forward to in the near future. But just a snapshot of the economic impact that we've had over the past 3 projects, there have been 5,000 volunteers roughly. That is a $615,000 workforce equivalency. It's very substantial. 60 churches have joined us. 30 businesses have given to the efforts of Serve Erie in these last 3 projects, not including this weekend. 24,000 hours have been worked thus far on these last 3 projects. And we've raised roughly $400,000 to do all that we've done to transform the schools that we've done. We started with Lincoln in 2016. We moved on to Erie High School in 2017, Booker T. Washington Center and Piper Burley in 2018. And this year, we're at Joanna-Cano. I read the numbers because we say all the time that Serve Erie is an amalgam of goodwill. It's very interesting. One of the things that Tommy Lennox said that I can relate to is that he feels honored to be the guy that represents the Police Athletic League. And I've said often that I feel honored to be the guy that represents these thousands of volunteers that do good work and give back to their community. So when we say this is an amalgam of goodwill, these are everyday people working hand in hand to resolve an issue that the Erie School District has been dealing with for several years with the unfair funding formula. Oftentimes we see bad news on the news, we read it in the newspaper, we listen to it or read it on social media, and we find ourselves wrestling with the thought of what can we do to contribute to this problem and make some sort of impact. And we've been proud to provide this conduit, this opportunity to step in and step up and really do something profound for our communities. So for all of you that have served, to the mayor and his administration, the mayor has actually come out with his t-shirt and painted and carrying on. Michael Outlaw, my brother and my friend, Mike was showing up and volunteering before he was in the mayor's office. We appreciate all of the hard work. But if you've served at Serve Erie, we just want to thank you personally for all that you've done. For this 4th and final year, we're at Joanna-Cano. We kicked off this morning at 8 a.m. and we will do a lot of the same traditional work that we've done in years gone by. There's a lot of painting, there's a lot of landscaping, organizing, cleaning, things along those lines. There's a mural being painted. That's always one of the highlights when we do these school projects. And so that's going on right now from 8 to 12. And the second shift will begin at 1 and it will end at 5. We're there today, tomorrow, and Saturday. And you have an opportunity to still sign up. Tomorrow will be jam-packed full of volunteers. There really is more of a need for this afternoon and on Saturday. So if you haven't signed up, you can go to serveerie.com. You can sign up yourselves. You can sign up as a group. Many jobs are using this as somewhat of a team bonding exercise and get an opportunity to kind of lock arms and serve together. We've got volunteers from the Cross there right now as well. With Chuck, he'll come up and talk about his ministry shortly. But that's what it is, and that's what we're doing. I believe that 20 years from now, we'll look back at these 4 years, and people will speak fondly of the time when Erie stepped up and really did something profound for our children. If you haven't had an opportunity to really be a part of it, I want to encourage you to do that and not let this opportunity pass you by. It will certainly be something that you will regret if you don't, but it'll be something that you will feel really good about yourselves if you do step up and step in. So thank you again. Thank the mayor for allowing us to talk about this. Hopefully we'll see you soon.
Thank you very much, Marcus. The work you're doing is really transforming our neighborhoods. We appreciate that. I encourage everyone also to volunteer. I can tell you from personal experience, it's really kind of an incredible high to be working with a couple hundred other volunteers and seeing a building being transformed, a school. Our team's mission is build opportunity, restore hope, transform Erie. Serve Erie's incredible school initiatives are a major step in restoring Erie for future generations. You can see the hope and look at children's faces when they go back to school the next year. Next, I'd like to recognize and publicly thank another group that's doing some incredible work in our community also this week. The Cross Urban Missions has served our community for the past 4 years, restoring properties, building relationships with families in transitional housing, and working on community projects in different neighborhoods here in Erie. To give us more detail on the Urban Missions community outreach efforts, I'm pleased to introduce Chuck Nelson, who's the pastor of the Cross Erie. Pastor Chuck.
Hi there. Wanted to just give you a little bit about what we do. This is Katie Pepper. She's our director of ministries. And 8 years ago, we started a church in downtown Erie trying to reach our most impoverished neighbors, to build a faith community that would bridge some of those socioeconomic and racial gaps in our culture. Through the years of sharing different success stories, for example, this year since Christmas, we've gotten 13 people from our congregation that were experiencing homelessness into furnished apartments by connecting and networking with different ministries that are available to us in the city. So we've been taking some of those success stories to partners of other ministries, and we found a common theme that they had looked and wanted ways to partner with us. So last year we launched what we were calling the Cross Urban Missions, and we launched it with a single week of 36 people coming from, last year they came from Long Island, they came from Pittsburgh, and they came from Jamestown, New York. 2 of those groups returned again this year for this week, and they're the group from Jamestown and Long Island are here again this week. But this year we've expanded to 3 weeks, and we also brought in another group from Boston. So right now there are 33 people from 500 miles plus away, working with five different sites today. A couple of them Marcus is coordinated. We're there with the Crime Victims Center, and we're doing some school stuff with them today as well. Just providing 1,000 hours of community service. These students wake up in the morning. They're staying at St. Paul's United Church of Christ. They wake up and they have breakfast with the bishop's breakfast, sitting down at tables, enjoying meal with some of our most at-need neighbors. They then go out to sites, work all day. That 1,000 hours community service gets provided, and then we do different fun things in the evening. To be honest, if anyone wants to connect to them, we're going to the ball game tonight, and I've got extra tickets. Come on out with us and meet the kids. But we just thank you for the opportunity to serve in our city together and to just be faithful servants of what we've been given. So thank you for having us.
Thank you, Pastor Chuck and Katie. Those projects really are making a lasting impact on our neighborhoods and in the hearts and minds of those that you serve. I look forward to seeing and hearing more about these projects as you move forward. Since 1975, the Footlights Theater program has introduced countless young people and their families to the magic of live theater and the arts. Commemorating their 45th year, the Footlights Theater program is performing the Disney hit musical Newsies. To tell us more about this wonderful program and the show, I'd like to welcome to this stage and introduce KC McCloskey, the director of the Footlights Theater program. KC, welcome.
If you're not familiar with the Footlights Theater program, we are an all-inclusive summer theater program that works with kids from Erie City and County, all for 8 weeks every summer. We take every student that registers, no one's ever turned away, and we spend all day with them from 9 a.m. till 3 p.m. putting together a full-length musical every summer. And we have the most fun with these kids. We always have a really diverse group represented, which is amazing. And for all the kids in the city, it's free. Kids in the county pay a very small fee because it's important to us that students are exposed to performing arts. Students who have the experience of the performing arts perform better socially, they perform better academically, they have better family relationships. It impacts their lives in such an important way. And every student that walks out of our program, even if they don't like it, they at least are walking away with something that has helped them believe in themselves a little bit more, which now is more important than ever. We are really excited to be in our 45th year. We're one of the longest running City Parks and Rec Department programs, and 45 years is quite an extensive history. Every year we have over 100 students that come out and register with us, and this year we are doing Disney's musical Newsies, which is about the newsboy strike in 1899, where the children rose up against injustice and fought back and fought for what was right and won. And it was a really awesome time. So it's a really awesome message to be giving to the kids now that kids do have power. They don't just have to sit back and take whatever they're handed. And our performances are next week, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday at Strong Vincent High School. It is free for the community. Anybody who wants to come, they're at 7 p.m. And I encourage everyone to come and see the awesome talent we have in our community.
Thank you, Casey. And I encourage everyone to come to Strong Vincent High School. That's July 31st, August 1st, or August 2nd at 7 p.m. for this incredible free show. I'll be there on Friday, August 2nd, and look forward to meeting the over 120 talented performers. Next, I'm pleased to announce that the City of Erie is accepting requests for qualifications, or RFQs. If you've never heard of an RFQ before, you're the same as the mayor, because I never had before we started to put this script together. But the RFQ is from artists or teams of artists who reside in Erie County. So you have to be an artist or a team of artists residing in Erie County. You can submit an RFQ for a public art project to be placed in Perry Square. The selected artist or team of artists will create and submit design proposals based on community and stakeholder input. The goal of this project is to beautify existing signal cabinets and utility boxes, which will improve the appearance and the vibe down in Perry Square. Finished artwork for this project will be incorporated into vinyl wraps covering a total of 6 signal cabinets and utility boxes in Perry Square. This project will also provide the Erie community and visitor, obviously, with greater access to visual art as well. Thanks to the Erie Arts and Culture, to Pennsylvania Partners in the Arts, and the Erie Downtown Development Corporation for providing funding for this project. The finished design will support our vision that Erie is a community of choice. We celebrate our rich, diverse cultures, our welcoming, vibrant neighborhoods, our world-class downtown and bayfront, our excellent education for everyone, and our abundance of good family-sustaining jobs. Here are the details on the projects. The artist stipend will be $3,000. The deadline to submit materials is 4:30 p.m. on Thursday, August the 8th, 2019. The RFQ is available on the city's homepage at cityof.erie.pa.us. Once you arrive at the opening screen, scroll down to the RFQ for Art project. Thanks again to our funders. Special thanks also to Leanne Parmenter and Kelly Meyer in our traffic engineering office, and to Patrick Fisher, Executive Director of Erie Arts and Culture, for his help in creating this RFQ. Next, just want to give you a quick reminder that next Wednesday, July 31st, is the deadline for businesses to submit applications to the city's flagship fund microgrant program. And I see Chris Groner there in the back, who actually developed this program and administers it. Grants of up to $5,000 are available to businesses for expenditures like improvements to their properties. Businesses are required to match the amount of the grant for the project. Startups and established businesses are welcome to apply with sound business proposals by contacting Jennifer Hoffman, our Business Development Officer, and Jennifer's number is 870-1275. Again, that's 870-1275. Next, I'm happy to provide you with our weekly LERTA update. As of the close of business yesterday, we've received 13 residential permits with a projected total cost of $4,475,233, 6 commercial permits with a projected cost of $837,798. So during the first 17 business days of July, we've received a total of 19 LERTA applications with a total projected cost of $5,313,031. And finally, to wrap up today, I just want to thank those who spoke earlier, and for everyone for the work they're doing to make Erie neighborhoods welcoming and vibrant for our residents. Thanks to you, our children have safe places to go and continue to learn during the summer. You are building opportunity, restoring hope, and transforming Erie. Thank you, and everyone that spoke will now be available for interviews. Thanks for being here. Also, thanks to Kathy Schaaf for joining us. Thank you, Kathy.